One of the things I talk about frequently with my clients and in most of my classes, which you can find at AlysonLupo.com, is that it's sort of like this Venn diagram, like a triple Venn diagram. So use your imagination. In the center is your results, the what you end up getting when your hair is fully dry and scrunched out. And that can be influenced by three major factors. One, your haircut. It's crucial that I have layers in my haircut so that I don't look like a pyramid or so that I don't look very dragged down, but instead I have some shape out to the sides of my head, some volume, if you will. So the shape of your hair, your haircut, the products that you use, and then the third piece of that little Venn diagram are your techniques that you use. I didn't scrunch any water out of my hair using a towel. I didn't use a hair towel. I didn't dry my hair at all with a hair dryer. I put water back in it as I was adding my styling products. I only scrunched water out with these things right here. Those techniques were very specific in helping me achieve this look on my air dry day, whereas the techniques that I used on my diffuse day were quite different in helping me achieve more lift and volume and curl. So those are just some factors to take into consideration: your cut, your techniques, and your products when you look at what's the end result that I'm getting. Am I happy with it? Am I not? Why am I not happy with it? And kind of dig into that. And if you go back and look at those three things, the answer lies in one or multiple of those three aspects that go into your hair Venn diagram. Hey Wavies, welcome back. Where do I start? I don't even know where to start anymore. I'll start with my hair's gotten really long and I'm really lazy about it lately. So I had this idea this morning as I was going to wash and style my hair. I thought, why don't I record a video that's like wavy two ways? Which wavy am I going to be today? The air dry way and the diffuse way. So without further ado, let's get started with our wash day. Of the two ways to be a wavy, I'm starting this video off with my diffuse day. I've already washed my hair and I've linked that up here for you at the top so you can see exactly what I used and how I did it. Hint, I used New Wash Original as usual. And now I'm going to go ahead and dampen my hair, get it prepped for styling product. I like to re-dampen it at the sink after taking off my cute hair towel, which is linked on Amazon, by the way. And I'm going on with my Inner Sense I Create Curl Memory, about a half tablespoon for my left side and the back of my hair. You can see how I'm smoothing it on and then doing sort of a praying hands motion to help it reclump. And then I go through and scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Next, I'm going to grab another half tablespoon of gel for the right side of my hair. You can see this gel. It's really got some stick to it. It's a good one and it gives a heck of a cast. And like the name says, a lot of excellent curl memory. And obviously, since I'm starting this out with my diffuse day hair, curl memory is going to be essential for multi-day hold with this style. Going back in with the hair towel to reactivate those curls, really scrunching out any additional water, any excess product, and it really helps my curls to spring up. Those little bits sticking out on the side, yeah, I'm gonna have to watch out for those. All right, next step, I'm going to diffuse, but notice I really want to diffuse the top of my head first. What that means is I really focus on like the northern hemisphere of my head, if you will. So that's going to help give me lift from the top of my head and volume out of the sides. I've got it on low heat, medium speed on my dryer, and I'm lifting up everything from bottom to top above my ears and creating a nice bump on top on purpose to create lift from the top of my head. Using my hand like a claw, I'm going to lift up that back section and then tuck my hair dryer up into it. Again, doing everything at the top of my head first because I'm really wanting to build out that shape. And your dryer is such a great and powerful tool with the diffuser to be able to do that. Once I've made a single pass around the northern hemisphere of my head, I go for the southern hemisphere. Now you can see I'm lifting everything up from the bottom up to my ear as opposed to above my ear. I'm getting closer and closer to being done. And now for my favorite technique, root clipping. I'm going to show you guys how I do my drag clipping technique. So one goes at the part sandwich, a little of one side, a little of the other side. And then I literally set them about 2 inches from my part line, each one set in place and then drug up. It's so easy, you can do it by feel. And you'll notice how I do it in this section. I'm going to freeze here and show you how I stagger them on the side with a little bit more hair because I do a slightly off center part. On the other side, I just set them and then drag them up. You don't even really need a mirror. You can do the whole thing by feel. It is so, so easy. If you're picky about the back of your head, this swing arm mirror that I have linked on Amazon, always saving my life. Go! With my clips in place, I am now really focused on that southern hemisphere of my hair, adding that additional curl to my ends, the length of my hair, making sure it's dry. Don't be afraid to dry your hair once your clips are in. Not only am I going to dry along the bottom of my hair, I'm also going to turn the heat up to medium and then hover diffuse over the top of my head to dry that a little bit faster. So we're real crunchy. This InnerSense I Create Curl Memory new-ish gel from them gives an awesome, awesome cast, but a tricky cast. I will warn you that you'll scrunch it on and be like, oh, it's still a little bit wet, but it's okay. It really doesn't make any impact. And I do have to tell you that the drag clipping technique does make the clips easier to take out too for some reason. I don't know what it is, but they just slide right out for the most part. One other thing I want to mention, I know some of you, my OCD friends out there, I see you, and I get it. I know this is driving you crazy. I know this might be driving you nuts, but one thing about being wavy, I feel like I'm using a lot of soundbite type things in this particular video, but I think it's important to mention, is to trust the mess. When you trust the wet mess that is on your head, I can't tell you how many times the wet mess on your head turns out to be beautiful waves and curls, where when you try to comb it, rake it, brush it, kind of get it into submission of some kind, like it just doesn't come out the same. So trust the mess that's on your head. It might turn out really, really great. We're gonna scrunch this out. Clap it out, scrunch it out, all kinds of ways you can get the crunch out. If it's too much definition for you, like it probably will be for me, I'll take a wide tooth comb or a pick and work that cast out a little bit more. It's still a tiny bit damp, but this is where I'm at. And this is perfect for me because I'm about to go on a trip. And my number one goal when I go on any kind of trip is to not have to wash my hair the entire time, or at least as little as possible, maybe like 4 days into the trip. Okay, this is it for my diffuse day. This is gonna get me through several days. I've got a strong cast. I've got a lot of curl. I'm gonna leave this little tiny bit of cast still in my hair, and it will help me out over the next few days. Next up, I will show you my air dry day, and we can compare. The only difference is styling product and technique. Okay, I'm back. It's day 1,000,000 since I washed my hair, and this is where we are at. So today I'm going to demonstrate the wash and air dry technique that I have been using for a successful, my version of a successful air dry day. I want it to be smooth. I want it to be gently wavy. I'm not looking for, as someone with fine hair, I'm not looking for a lot of like sticky outy bits that don't really curl, but just sort of hang there. If you have fine hair and you have wavy hair like me, you probably know what I'm talking about. So let me get to showing you how I wash my hair to style for an air dry day. The washing and in-shower styling is probably much more important on my air dry days than it is on my diffuse days. Let me show you what I mean. Step one is always new wash. I didn't record this, but if you would like to watch a video on how I do it, I will link that for you. Step two is rinsing it out. And remember, with new wash, you have to scrub it out like you scrubbed it in. So I'm giving my hair and my scalp a really good rinse. And then number three, leave-in conditioner. I'm using the InnerSense Pure Inspiration Daily Conditioner on very wet hair. You can see my hair is like a waterfall. It's just really, really, really wet. And then step four, I'm kind of gently arranging my hair. And then step five is my one and only styling product, hair balm. And I'm using one full pump of this on very wet hair, raking it through, praying hands it through, and then that little bit of water is key for me for the kind of air dry day that I like. So my hair is really, really wet, and then I do a number of great scrunches to really work the product in, and then kind of double wrap my towel around my hair just so it doesn't drip on me, and I like the way it's looking. Okay, I lied, but I didn't mean to lie. I'm going to use Hair Story Undressed as a spot treatment. Little bits that just need to come together that are looking a little frizzy. Sometimes this kind of product really helps to bring those curl families back together. See the difference? At this point, I'm about halfway through my drying process. Usually it takes my fine-ish, medium density-ish hair about 2 full hours to finish drying, and I try to touch it as little as possible so that it stays in these curl families. Occasionally, if it gets a piece gets a little bit fuzzy looking or a little frizzy, I'll spray some of that Hair Story Undressed on it, and that just helps the pieces to curl a little bit better, as you saw earlier. This is what my hair is looking like as it is naturally air drying. It's been a few hours and here I am. This is how I'm gonna shake this hair out. I'm not really breaking any kind of cast, but I do feel like even though my hair is air dried, it still needs a little something. Do you see the difference? If you're someone who likes a lot more definition, by all means, you can leave your hair like this, but I feel like it's a little bit flat to my scalp, so that's just not the look that I prefer. So I take my fingers like this and go underneath and give it a little shake so I don't create frizz on top. Alternatively, I can go like this, using my hand as a claw and fluff it down. It's a very different look. It's nice to know that I can wear my hair a different way. I'll refresh this probably with some undressed, and this is my first day hair completely air dried. I think the biggest thing for me that's the most important is to have it be pretty wet for a long time. I started wearing my hair air dried this summer. We were swimming and I would get out of the pool, and I made it a habit of putting leave-in conditioner in my hair every single time I get out of the pool. I literally just keep a cheap bottle of As I Am leave-in conditioner outside by the pool, and I put it in every time I'm done swimming. So when I hop out, there it is. And then my hair's soaking wet. I'm still wearing my swimsuit. I would be doing things around my garden, around my yard. And by the time my hair was dry, I was like, this actually really works. I'm so curious to know, what is your favorite? Do you prefer the air dried look, or do you prefer the diffused look on me and on you? What does your day normally look like? Like when I talk to my clients, I take a lot into consideration before we cut their hair when I'm giving them their styling lesson. Like, what does their lifestyle look like? What are they willing to do to get the look they want? What are they not willing to do to get the look they want? So if that kind of conversation would be helpful to you, you could also schedule a virtual appointment with me. I do those all the time. You can check the link down below. The website is alysonlupo.com, and you can book an appointment with me through there. I hope this video is helpful to you guys. I hope you liked seeing air dry versus diffuse. I don't think I've ever done an air dry video before, so this is something different for me. I've missed you guys. I hope you have a great curl day and enjoy your hair, air dried or diffused, or however you choose to do it, somewhere in between. Bye guys, have a great day. When you talk about being a wavy, hair that is in between straight and curly, we don't spring up much. Generally, our hair has to get to about our ears before it starts to show that it has any kind of texture to it, right? So in order to get lift or volume, I'm gonna have to do a couple of things. Technique-wise, there's really no product that can make that happen for you. You can have little shorter bits cut into your hair, of course, but that won't create curl. It just creates opportunity for curl. And that's something specific I tell a lot of my clients. So you can clip your roots with those double prong clips. That'll give you a little bit of texture and lift in here. You can also diffuse, and that is, and I'm using my hair like it's a diffuser. This is a blow dryer and this is a diffuser. So there are a couple of things that you can do to get your lift and your volume. If you have your own techniques and steps that you do to achieve something that I'm not doing, I would love to know what those are. Please leave them in the comments below.